Thank you. Hi. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your FRANK26 UB2Bs. It's good to be with you. It is the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. Gentlemen, you better make sure you buy your wife something pretty because she's pretty. And if you don't, she's going to be pretty mad at you. I greet you in agape love. That's the love that Jesus wants us to have with each other because we are a Christian based organization. We are KTFalways.com, which stands for Keep the Faith in Our Heavenly Father. It's amazing how many times I have said that in the last 18 years. And people call me and they tell me, what's your website? It's good to be with you. We're here to study the Iraqi Dinar. Everything that I say to you, it's just in my opinion. In my opinion, I'm wearing a yellow shirt. Okay. Before we do anything, we always go to God. We always talk to God. We always ask Him for help. Today I prayed for a handful of people. Yesterday I prayed for people. Many of you call me and ask me to pray for you, with you, about you, for someone that you love. And I find that to be an honor, a privilege, that you trust me enough to talk to God about you. Join me, Heavenly family, as we talk to our Heavenly Father. Abba, holy, holy, holy Father, I come to you once again by the blood of your Son, Jesus, through the Holy Spirit. Thank you, Father, for the blood that was sacrificed on that cross for my redemption of my sins. That blood runs through my veins, and I am proud of it. That blood does not have anger. It does not have disease. It does not have vengeance. And that blood is not tempted. Yesterday, I was talking to our KTFA family about the giants in our lives that we have to behead. For 40 days and 40 nights, Goliath was just torturing the Jewish nation, just constantly bugging and saying, I challenge you, bring me a warrior, bring me somebody that would represent the Jewish nation and fight for you and fight for your invisible God. I love reading your stories, by the way. And and out of nowhere, this little guy pops up and he says, I will go. No wonder you fell in love with him. No wonder you trained him as a young boy how to fight bears, how to fight lions, and protect the sheep that he was in charge of. He had the heart of a warrior at a very young age. You prepared him, Father. Well, Father, I believe you have prepared me for something that I still don't understand, but I will go where you tell me to. I will go where you want me to. I will go. Help me in what I'm about to do. It's not easy, God. You know, these, this path that you put me on, it's challenging. It's tiring. It's difficult because there's a lot of there's a lot of evil out there. So I just ask for help in what I'm about to do right now, that I do it with dignity, that I do it in the way you want me to. Thank you for this information once again. Please bless it. In the name of your Son, Jesus, by the Holy Spirit. Amen. 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 So, yes, we're here to study the Iraqi dinar. Everything I say to you is just in my opinion. Listen, you've had 2 days now where I split my UB2Bs. I've and it's only been 2 days. Today will be the third day. But I believe I believe we have found success. At least I think. Because there's only one rude person in the last 2 days that I got rid of. They were ungrateful for the bank stories. Golly, I separated it so they wouldn't have to go listen to it, and they go listen to it and they still trash it. Well, that's your prerogative. You can say whatever you want. That's the beauty of living in this land of America. And I can do whatever I want to protect myself and my farm. And the other 99% of us that basically are just decent, logical people, not explosive, radical, uncontrolled people that only want to date and narrate. I find humans fascinating. They're all different. And yet we're all the same. Where did we leave off? You know what? It's not important. How many of you belong to KTFalways.com? How many of you belong to Premium? It was 2 days ago I said to you, if you cannot afford $10 a month, 33 cents a day, I understand. And I said, I'll give it to you free. Call me. You sure did. Welcome, all of you that called, and you're among us now, right? And what happened last night in Premium and in Club 26? What happened was that um, a new file was presented to us, to our teams. And I looked at it and I thought, well, that's interesting. This is good. And I like the words. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, it was almost what, 10:30? 10:30 last night? Or 10, I think it was. I came into Premium and I said, hold chat. And you know what that means. Everybody freezes because that means stop talking and allow me to share something with you. And it was like, it was this long, it was massive. And I was happy when I found, the file when uh, Omar sent it to me. And when I saw it, I was happy. And I said, I want to share it with the family. So I went into ktfalways.com. I went into Premium and I said, stop chat. And I said, I'm going to put something up, but I'm only going to leave it up for 3 minutes and then I'm going to take it down. Why are you doing that, Frank? Why are you teasing? No, it's not that I'm teasing. You see, last night I asked a question in Premium and many answered it. Many answered my question. When I ask a question, it's because my teams are asking the question. really. And we want your input. So many of you gave constructive inputs. I took it all down, took your pictures of all your comments, and we were very, very appreciative. So I wanted to show my, my appreciation, and I came into premium that at that time and late, and I said I'm going to put something up. It's something new that we're going to study tomorrow. But I want you, who have been very nice, very generous, to answer my question, because that was good feedback. That was good data. It was empirical data as far as I'm concerned, even if it was opinionated. But I thanked you by posting it, and I said, I'm going to put it up for 3 minutes. And I did. And then I took it down. And one of our admins, Iggy says, that was the fastest 3 minutes I ever saw. Someone said, I was only halfway done and boom, it disappeared. And so I had compassion and I said, okay, I'll put it up again. And I did. And those that were on at that time were able to see it. The hundreds of you that got to see it, you were very happy, weren't you? And that's what I wanted to accomplish. So we're about now to read it. What is the title of your UB2B? Modernize Dinar. Oh, and by the way, I'm not at all disappointed, but I want to talk to one of my premium members at KTFA by the name of C Rose. The letter CROSE. You posted last night. Whoa, the modern dinar. Well, that'd be a lot. When I post something and I take it down, don't talk about it until I do the next day. So let's see what we've got. You want to? The first UB2B is going to be in depth. You're going to learn some things that you don't know. You're going to learn some things that you do know, like what President Trump said today. Excuse me, President Trump. Yes, yes, I am the president. I am standing right here in the White House lawn. Yes, my chopper is waiting for me. Yes. Can I help you, Mr. Reporter? Yes, Mr. President of the United States of the Americas. What can you tell me about the Prime Minister of Iraq, Nouri Maliki? Now, according to my files, according to my files, according to my files, I don't know where it's at, but I was just looking for the wording that my teams gave me. Can't seem to find it. But that question, oh, here it is right there. Right in front of my. The reporter asked President Trump the question about the Prime Minister of Iraq. And Trump answered this question. And that question was not a mistake. The question of the timing of the question was perfect. Why wasn't that question never asked before? Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is study what my teams have shared with us today, and I'm going to start right away with this new file. This is just before I got on the air. You can see where it says 510 there. That's our latest report. Let's go back. Did, did you see that? He's feeling better. Mark. Mark, I got it. The more you hear that tick, 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 that means the more you got for me to share with you, huh? Mark, got it. Oh, I broke my finger. I can't do it no more. I'm sorry. That's all. Where are we at today? Oh my God, we're at today at 9 o'clock this morning. We're almost there. No, seriously. Oh, stop it. All right, got got it, found it. No, okay. Mark it then. Mark, got it. Wow, this is amazing. Okay. Ah, yes, yes. Okay. Yesterday, when we finished with you about 6 o'clock or so. So there you go. There's the next report that came in after I finished being with you yesterday. Whew. Lucy, you got some explaining to do. There's a lot of explaining to do here. Here we go. Yesterday, 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, 6 o'clock at night yesterday, right after we finished being with you. On the television from the Baghdad Iraqi News.com, Technology and Infrastructure Investment Group, Tech number 964, and the Finland Nokia have entered into a partnership to modernize Iraq's telecommunication and digital infrastructure. Mr. Frank, remember the file we sent you earlier? Here it is again. They're using the same words, but this is to modernize our telecommunication, to modernize Iraq's telecommunication and digital infrastructure, to modernize those things. To which I say, well, that's a major company investing in your country for a major reason, and certainly not at 1300, right? Continuing. Omar says, if you think about it, by the way, family, you need to understand what we're talking about before you see our next UB2B. There was a lot of information in yesterday's UB2B. Continuing, Omar says that if you think about it, it is a CBI. You see, they're a bank, and banks always work off of a schedule. So the timing, we're thinking that the banks are working on a set schedule that they got, and this is authorization from the gatekeepers, the four gatekeepers that oversee the rate change. But we're thinking there is a time. Look, I don't want to go too deep into that part. You take care of that for me. Oh no. Can you do it right now? Bear with me. Oh dear. I had a text from one of our teams. Now I have to go all the way back and find the beginning. My goodness, this is ridiculous. Okay. Without being too mysterious, about this family, well, they're talking about the board of directors. And I'll reread it again because we were interfered with. Omar says that if you think about it, it is the bank, the conversation that I was having with him. The banks always work off of a schedule. And the timing that we're seeing right now, we're thinking that the banks are on course to get authorization from the gatekeepers. You know, the four gatekeepers that oversee the rate, that oversee this rate change. But we're thinking there is a time. It has been set for this, and we're just not quite at that time yet. And I guess that's the reason why we haven't seen all the political stuff. Now look at your notes. Actually, you're going to hear me say it here in a minute. But do you recall around October of last year that my team suggested to you that they do have a time? They do know the date of when they want to do this. Do you remember I shared that with you? Or close to the end of last year? Of course, I won't be able to see your answers, but I hope you do remember. So, with that, and thank you, sweetheart. So, with that in mind, family, the conversation I was having with them went in this direction. And they said to me, well, yeah, but Frank, remember, they're on schedule. in our opinion, because they have a time, not timeline. They had a date, remember? To which I said, "Yeah, I remember." And he says, "So we're thinking that the banks are working off of that date to get authorization from the gatekeepers, the four gatekeepers that oversee this rate change. But we're think oh, did I already showed it to you, right? Yeah. Okay, I already showed all that to you. Let me continue. But we're thinking that there is a time set for this, and we're just not quite there yet. And I guess that's the reason why we still haven't seen all this political mumbo jumbo settle itself down, and why we see the Kurds backing off. I guess it's just getting us to wherever that time, whatever it is that the gatekeepers have selected, along with the CBI. It says CVI, but CBI. So we're just waiting for that date that the CBI and the gatekeepers, the CBI and the board of directors, to tell Bozo Alak when to raise the value. You with me? The gatekeepers have selected along with the CPI to let this happen. This is our guess. That's our best guess right now. Like we said earlier, Frank, I think we said it back in December of 2025 that it would probably be more around March of 26. So we're not too far off from that possible date, and we're not too sure exactly if anything has thrown it off. That So we're throwing that out there, and we're not sure what the time is, but it has to be a date that is set, and it hasn't been reached yet. Yes. The problem, gentlemen, is that it wasn't just one date. Mine was January the 1st, remember, guys? Then they tell me, now here's what the television is breaking down. We have a bunch of pictures that we want to send to you because there's some things that are going on, mainly out of the Kurdistan region. So you know how they do it. They give me a complete breakdown from the television, the report, and I'm about to read it to you. Here we go. Here's what the television is send us, what we're sending the pictures of, and the explanation of it. File number so and so from Omar. Headline translated: quote, Kurdistan to Baghdad. You manipulated the population numbers of the region during the census, unquote. Now, Mr. Frank, what the image is showing is some things about that statement. Four things, for example, a cityscape in the Kurdistan region with the Kurdistan flag prominently displayed, mountains in the background, and dense urban development in the foreground. The logo indicates this is a news graphic from the Iraqi television network, and the date shown is February the 11th of 26. And what this topic is about is that Kurdistan is telling Baghdad that they manipulated some numbers. The context behind this headline. This headline, Frank, reflects a political dispute between Kurdistan government (KRG) and Baghdad over the accuracy and the integrity of Iraq's national census. Now, why does this matter? Well, mainly because it matters for the HCL. in Article 140. Now, why this matters? Number one, population numbers they determine what are the rights of the citizens for the HCL. They determine by budget allocations. Number two, parliamentary seat distribution. That's right. Number three, federal revenue sharing, including oil related calculations. Number four, the KRG has long accused Baghdad of undercounting Kurdish populations, especially in disputed areas like Kirkuk, Sinjar, and parts of Neheva and Diyala. Number five, Baghdad, in turn, often accuses the KRG of inflating numbers to increase its share of the federal budget. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that what's going on right now in the United States of America with those stupid blue states rewriting like Maine, New Jersey? It's ridiculous. This headline, Frank, suggests that the KRG is publicly challenging the 2026 census results. You're challenging the HCL, claiming manipulation and political interference. Al Samira News is reporting this. Quote, Kurdistan to Baghdad. You manipulated the population numbers of the region during the census. The KRG is accusing the federal government of altering census data. A dispute affects budget sharing, parliamentary seats, and regional political powers. To which I then say, and gentlemen, it also affects the wealth sharing, especially with your oil and mineral rights, your HCL rights. That is also highly affected. Then they send me the files on it. You got that one? Then they send me the report on that. Then I respond, oh my goodness, gentlemen, good morning. I find it fascinating that you brought this subject up about a set date because now because you brought it up, okay? Now because you guys have brought up that subject about a set date, um, I'm going to tell you that my teams were told, in our opinion, I think sometime around October of last year, that the CBI had set a date for when they wanted to release the new exchange rate. When you mention four that are in charge of the rate, I smiled because we also believe that those were the ones that introduced the targeted date to be released, the new rate. But it is the Middle East, and there's always an issue. There's always an issue to deal with, isn't there? Yeah, but it is the Middle East, and there are always issues to deal with because of Iran, but no more. And as far as what is the date to release the new rate, I don't know. But between you and I thought it was going to be January the 1st of this year. And I want to thank you for bringing up the subject of the date because we match. We match in our opinion on two subjects: the four and the fact that there is a set date by the four. Continuing, I sincerely appreciate it, so forth, so forth. Then they say to me, Frank Omar says that they were talking today, some of the contractors, and of course, they were saying that when the CBI made that move to pay them from dollars into dinars, that really put the tightened screws to the black market. And it just simply choked all the people that were stealing from us. They couldn't steal anymore from the black market. And it's going to make the demands for doing our go up, and it's going to make the demands for us going probably from dollars to dinars. So initially, right now, you may see a little more of the dollar going up, but in the long run, it is a move that will impact and strengthen our dinar. And they're saying to us now that at some point they can't do this that long without some companies taking some serious losses because right now, when they switch from dollars to dinars, they're taking losses. So I'm not too sure how long these contractors are willing to stick around. Omar, you repeat what I told you. I told you the contractors with walking stick, and we're talking about a dozen contractors. They are angry, and they got no problems with pulling out and saying, "Forget it, rip the contract." But it's difficult to do. There ain't nobody prettier than you. You're the prettiest girl on the planet Earth. Every nation wants to kiss you. Our American investors, our companies, and all around the world, they know the value of your country. So you tell me that because of the switch from paying these contractors from dollars into dinars, well, that's fantastic. You're going to have to use your own currency, right? You have to lift the value if you want to keep these investors. So yeah, Frank, this is the switch from dollars to dinars. They're taking losses, and I'm not sure how long it would be for these companies and contractors taking these losses that to stick around. And that will be that it that will be that will be able to continue. Oh, and to continue to take these losses. If something is bound to happen here in Iraq, very near future, doing all this dollar to dinar, just due to the losses and potential losses of the contractors. Yeah, basically repeating himself. That yeah, I know. Look, it's the same thing that Donald Trump is doing with countries and their currency. Please play fair with the American dollar. Raise the value of your currency. No, says China. No, says Vietnam. No, says a lot of countries. Why? Because they kill you when you do business with them. Well, then why do you do business with them? Because they have stuff that you need, that you want strategic advantage in certain places. And in Iraq's case, it's because this is the version that every man wants. But these contractors, man, this whole infrastructure, the economic reform can collapse, but it's not going to. So then he says, "Yeah, we've been talking to contractors here. Let me give you a sum. I want to sum up what the contractors here are saying to us, Mr. Frank. I'm going to sum that up for you. Basically, we talked about to the contractors here and companies, and they are very disturbed that they have gone to be paid from dollars to dinars. It hasn't happened yet, but they don't like this idea that they're going to be paid that way. They fear that the dinar is going to stay at 1,300. I guess this could definitely push. This could definitely push for a revaluation in the near future just to keep businesses from taking big losses. So yeah, that's the gist of it. Yeah. And don't you think that this is exactly what Donald Trump wants? So then I say, I respond and I say the following to them. I agree. I agree about the contractors. And just like Walking Stick and my friends told me about their contractor friends in the mining industry with Iraq, that they are very angry because they have been waiting for so long for that rate to be activated, that they have in their contracts to be fulfilled, that Sudani promise that he rewrote. So so they are just as angry as your contractor friends are. Continuing, yes, pushing the contractors and their companies from dollars to dinars was risky, but it was a vital part of the monetary reform plan. And like you said, Omar, There will be a little bleeding for a while, but not for long, because the whole thing will collapse. The contractors and the investors will walk away because they're losing money with an exchange rate that is cheating them. That's why we walk away from countries, and the way we walk away from countries that are cheating us with their exchange rate against our dollar is by putting tariffs on them. No, I'm serious. When we put tariffs on them, it puts handcuffs on them. They walk away from us because they can't do business with us anymore. So then fix your damn rate of your currency and you can do business with America. And you see it just happening all over the place. Cuba is next. Then they say, we are opening a new file with you. I said, I understand. Go ahead. Well, the timing of it is good. Right now, what you're talking about with the date, he says, we have it. Here's what we found out. We have the file and we have it on TV. Oh, I didn't know that. Mr. Frank, the television is talking about this. Iraq has modernized, quote, modernized the dinar, unquote. I need your attention, family, okay? Everything I say to you is in my opinion. Mr. Frank, the television is talking about, you see, that's what I mean. If you don't know what we said in the last Yubi Tubi, a lot of these things just don't make sense. And it broke my heart. Did I not say you have to be a member of my forum? Then call me, give me your username, and I will give you 3 months free. I get all these calls and they say, no, I'm not a member. I don't have a user. What did I say? I don't know. Well, you sure heard where I said I'll give you 3 months free, huh? What's the other thing that drove me nuts, Jen, that I told them? Yeah. There were two things that we said on our YouTube, and then they asked, and do you sell the Venezuela Boulevard, or is that the one? Yeah, I think that's what they wanted to know. Whatever. Mr. Frank, so let me have your undivided attention because this is important. And this is the first time you're going to hear about it. First time the internet will hear about it. Mr. Frank, the television is talking about Iraq has, quote, modernized the dinar, unquote. Now, that's a big statement. I get why it sounds like the finish line. This is what I shared with you last night in premium. All of this is big. I'm going to read it all. But isn't that cool the way Omar started that with me? Now calm down now, Frank. Now look at here. I know that's a big statement, and I get why it sounds like this is the finish line, but let's break it down with some precision so you can see what's actually true, what's what's partially true, and what would still be needed official confirmation. Here's the here's the clean reality based version of what they just announced through that file that you just gave us. And here we go, the breakdown. Has Iraq has Iraq modernized the dinar? Yes, partially and officially. Yes, partially and officially. Iraq has already implemented several modernization steps. We're going to give you three of these steps, okay? Step number one, There is now a full digital displayment expansion. 4 points on that idea. Number one, there's mandatory electronic payments for government taxes, customs, and salaries. Number two, POS, point of sale, POS rollout across the country. Number three, interrogation with Visa and MasterCard. And number four, banks required to upgrade the AML and the KYC systems. You know what that all is. So this is interesting. These four items are precursors to me of a new exchange rate because you can continue at 1300 without these things. So those 3 points are very strong about this so-called modernized dinar. Continuing, what else about the modernized dinar? Well, it's the restructuring. It's the restructuring of Iraqi banks, and we'd like to bring out some points. 4 points. Number one, the banking sector restructuring. Number one was because capital requirements were raised, and you saw that. Was it last month or no? It was around November and December. Liquidity was raised, capital was raised in these banks, and if they hadn't by the end of the year, they were out. Number two, liquidity ratios aligned with Basel standards. That's what IMF wanted. Number three, ownership transparency rules. And number four, dozens of banks removed from USD access for non-compliance. That's right. Use your own currency, use your own exchange rate, use your own purchasing power. Now, this modernized dinar also brings us number three, the ISO. The ISO compliant digital dinar system. There are 4 points. Number one, Iraq now uses the ISO 222 compatible measuring. Number two, this is cross-border settlement system upgrade. They can count every penny. Number three, swift compliance enforcement. They can count every penny, boom, like that. Number four, CBI has repeatedly said the monetary reform project is in its final stage. What? Oh, you heard me. Yeah, I did. Can you say it again? Well, this indicates that the CBI has repeatedly said, quote, the monetary reform project, unquote, is in its final stage. And that's why the definition of the modernized digital currency as well too, but the modernized dinar is now being taught because the monetary reform is in its final stages because their currency has been modernized. 1300 is antiquity. Are you liking your UB2B? Should I stop? So yes. So yes, the infrastructure of the dinar has been modernized. Now, the question is fair to ask, is Iraq, quote, connected to all international banks, unquote? Why would they be? You had a sanction rate, you had a program rate of 1300, you've never been connected. Why would you be? The question is Iraq, quote, connected to all international banks, unquote? Why would you ask that question? Not in the sense of global FX launch, but yes, in the term of technical connectivity. The hand of the CBI is holding the hands of every bank on this planet Earth, family. Not at 1300. Everything I say to you is in my opinion because it is logical. Now, here's what I like how you put it. So, what we read was good, strong, logical opinion. And then he says, here's, here's what's accurate. I like how he does it. Here's what's accurate. Number one, Iraq is now fully connected to the SWIFT system. Good point. Good point, Omar. Which is the door to the international, to the global community at a very quick pace, modern pace, modernized Dinar pace. All compliant Iraqi banks can send and receive international transfers. And number two, Iraq is connected to global correspondent banking networks. Both of these issues tells you that Iraq's banks, Iraq's currency, Iraq's exchange rate is preparing itself for the modern world. Oh, modernized dinar. Frank, banks that passed compliance check regain access to three things. Banks that passed the compliance, remember? If you don't, you're out of here. Banks that passed the compliance checks regained access to number one, the US dollar clearing through appropriate channels. Number two, euro clearings. And number three, the dirham, the yuan, and other non USD corridors. Iraq is integrated into international payment rails. This is big, Mr. Frank, for us to open into the world with a new rate because this includes three things. Number one, SWIFT. Number two, Visa MasterCards. Number three, regional settlement statements. Now, what has not been officially announced? So well, that's good. All of that we just mentioned, that's on the board. That's out there on the internet. That's out there for everybody. What has not been officially announced? Well, three things that stand out. Number one, the new exchange rate to fill in the gap of all of this that they're talking about. Number two, a reinstatement or international float. That's what you get as part two. Number three, a public statement that the dinar is now globally traded. Yeah, well, that would be Forex and many other places that would make that announcement. Those require a formal CBI announcement, and they haven't issued that yet. What your statement, when someone says words like this, in monetary reforms, that Iraq modernized the dinar and is connected to all international banks. They are describing the technical prerequisite of FX normalization, not the final step itself yet. So that's what has not been officially announced yet. You see all the preparation, you see all the plates set for a beautiful meal. Frank, you are basically saying the writing is done. When you use these words that we're introducing to you tonight, family, you are basically saying the writing is done. The switch hasn't been flipped, and that's accurate. So we know what's happening. We just waiting for it to be officially released. But every day, every day, sincerely, we get closer and closer to them flipping that switch. Frank, we did take this to who you asked us to. Uh, Okay, so then our buddies, and that would be the executives, above them at the bank. Omar's buddies were talking, and they said that one of the reasons that the implementation of the cut in the customs and the taxes, and the switching of payments from dollars to dinars is because the oil is their main source of revenue. It's like 88% now. It used to be 98%, but it's now 88 of the total revenue. This is related. This is all related as well. So that would be the biggest impact, moving it to dinars. They're still doing things that try, uh, to they're still trying to do things in dollars in the streets. But as far as the trade for this big deal, no, no, it went from dollars to dinars. That's all there is to it. So we see the evidence. We know there's a new rate. We know there's a set date. And, well, maybe we will have a government next week. Maybe Sunday they vote on the president. Continuing. Then I respond, okay? Uh, Omar, yes. We've been waiting for this major announcement. I love the use of their verbiage, don't you? The words that they're using to say that the Iraqi dinar is modernized right after they have repeated so many times telling everyone that the monetary reform is in its final stage. Well, then I guess the final stage was to modernize it to go from dollars to dinars inside of your country. What do you think, gentlemen? I mean, that is what you're implementing, what you're telling me right now, right? And that was a huge, major step because to go from dollars to dinars, yeah, that's what we want. But now you got to back it, man. You got to back it with a new exchange rate. I guess the final stage was to modernize the dinar, it to go from dollars to dinars inside of your country. That's like going from billions to millions. That's a good one. That's like going from billions to millions because you changed your rate. Wow. Indeed. I love the selection of words. They're powerful. And like you say, it is right. All of this is right on the precipice. Precipice. All of this is right on the precipice. It is right at the very beginning of you having a new exchange rate. This is wonderful news. I'm excited to see what they say tomorrow because the dam has been broken on the information that we've been waiting for. Indeed, this is a powerful statement. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm so glad that it's on your television right now. The modernized dinar. Wait till they tell you more about it. Then at 1:30 something in the morning, the next report, the Book of Eli, dark complected, martial arts, travels from east to west, Pacific, island, dressed in white, teaches the word of God, with his wife by his side, got shot and survived it. uh, and at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, while you're asleep, nobody can see me in the darkness as I hunt for our substance and I listen to Motown music and sing it. One day I'll introduce you to them. Omar says that the television was talking about the United States of America had a meeting with our officials yesterday. They meet every day, Omar. Okay, but what about it? with our officials yesterday, and it was about your economy and our incoming government. Really? Who? All your guys that are here. They sat down and they were talking with everybody. They talked with Allah. They talked with Maliki. They talking with Sudani right now. And right after that meeting, Frank, Omar says that the television was talking about the USA had a meeting with our officials yesterday, and it was about our economy and our incoming government. So it sounds like, I mean, if something is not even adding up here, what do you mean something? What you? Hey, Omar, what, Frank? Who's in charge? I mean, if it's something even is not adding up, because if they're talking about our incoming government, then that means, well, I know that means that we know who it's going to be. I'm not sure about that. I don't know what that means. Why would they talk? I don't know. It just didn't make any sense. It's like they know who the government's going to be. Oh, I'm not laughing at you, Omar. I'm laughing at I told you so. And I mean, how we're it doesn't make we don't know, we don't understand. How is it that they know already who is going to be elected when we haven't voted? I don't know. Hey, what happened? What was it? What was it? The 11th of November, wasn't it, or December? You guys had a vote. What happened to it? I don't know either. I told you, John. Anyways, so I know. So we don't know how they do this. I mean, why would they talk like that? I don't know. Just didn't make any sense. It sounds like they know who the government is going to be. If they already have this discussion about incoming government, and we haven't even heard any names about who it's going to be, but it just sounds like that to us. It is that way to you. Your government is being formed. In fact, I believe that's exactly how I put it 2 days ago. Yeah. I said, well, your government is being formed. Today, let's start at 9 o'clock in the morning. Television Channel 8 has ties about a statement. And then this statement is interesting, Frank. We're sending you pictures. It's a complete breakdown. It looks like your president is doing some things here. So Channel 8 has this. Here's the statement, quote, the decision to reinstate Maliki is an internal matter, but Iraq takes Washington's message seriously, unquote. And here's a breakdown of this statement, Frank. And I said, okay, that's good. So now they're going to break it down for us. And here we go. This is uh, this is classic diplomatic balancing language. Oh man, I like that. I said I like the verbiage. This is classic diplomatic balancing language. It usually means, and then he breaks it down into four parts. Number one, Baghdad wants to assert sovereignty. You see, Frank, they are saying, quote, this is our internal political process. Outside actors don't get a vote, unquote. That's standard. Whenever Washington expresses concern about a controversial figure like Maliki. Number two, but they are also signaling that they don't want friction. with the United States of America. The second half, the quote said, quote, Iraq takes Washington's message seriously, unquote. Okay. Now that's a soft reassurance from our part. In other words, we are willing to work with what the United States is asking of us. So we take that soft approach because of 3 points that would come about from that with our relationship with America. Number one, they heard the United States of America warning us. Number two, they don't want an escalation. And number three, they're trying to keep the channels open. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That is that is what we are trying to do with Baghdad, with Kurdistan, with everybody. Number three, this suggests that Washington did send a private message. Yeah, they send a private message. That's why last night uh, and every night there have been messages that have been sent to Sudani and everybody else. And then Sudani, after he received this message, this meeting, Sudani did something last night, didn't he, gentlemen? And I'll bring that to you in a minute, family. Continuing. Diplomats normally don't say something like this unless, and these are the 2 points. Number one, unless the United States expresses concern about Maliki's return, unless the message was strong enough that Baghdad left the need to publicly acknowledge it. Didn't you hear us? We don't want Maliki. Number four, it also hints that the reinstatement is fully settled. That's powerful and that's true, even though it has to be given to you in our opinion. That's what this indicates. When officials use that kind of language, it often means number one, the decision is politically sensitive. Number two, there still may be internal negotiations every night. And number three, they're trying to calm the external pressure while buying time. Golly, Omar, you got away with words. Well said, my friend. Well done. Continuing with his report. Why Channel 8 blasted it as breaking news? Breaking news. Because it was. It is the next part in the monetary reform phase to educate the Iraqi citizens. Citizens, your dinar is modernized. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Continuing. Why Channel 8 blasted it as breaking? Because this is the first official acknowledgement of this information. The 3 points. Number one, Washington is involved behind the scenes. Come on, can I just say one more time? I told you so. Number two, you see, the fact that they are admitting this, they have recognized this. This is what I love. Number two, Baghdad is trying to manage the fallout. Yeah. And number three, Maliki's reinstatement is not just a domestic story, it has international implementation. Nobody in the world wants Maliki. Nobody. Then they send the breaking news report to me that is in Iraq. And we had it all translated, and we did our very best to teach you right now, family, the best that I could. Now, they also want to help you, and he says, here, Frank, here is a clear and accurate English translation, Frank. Mr. Frank, this was on the news just now. So I'll go ahead and read it. Number 10. Thank you kindly for being with me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Here's a clear and accurate English translation, Mr. Frank, on this breaking news. Why can't the people? Why can't the position of chief of staff? You see, this is file number 2. We're done with file 1. Okay, we're walking into a different subject now. We got approval for this. Why can't the position of chief of staff of the Iraqi army be given to Turkmen, Assyrians, uh, Chaldeans, uh, Yazidis, or Mandeans? Justice in Iraq is completely one eyed. You see, we want them to take care of themselves with the equipment we left them. We train their soldiers, and we want them to lead their people. Do you think that it's wise to have an Iranian general in Iraq? No. Well, that's what happened in America. Thanks to the Bush family, now people from other countries can run for elected offices in our nation. It's destroying it's putrefying our democracy. It's bringing communism and socialism, totalitarianism, stupidism. It's bringing all these horrible projects. Man, man what's his name? Mandolin? Mandawi, whatever his name is. He wants to raise the taxes for the rich in New York. They got a grocery store. I saw it. Oh, they got a grocery store about the size of a garage, and they're saying the first free grocery store. Come on in and load your basket with food free. And when you go in there, the selection sucks. You can't have everything that you want, and this won't fly. Oh, it'll be closed within a year. Ah, because the money that they have to make this, to open that up, it'll be eaten up in about 6 months, and then they'll borrow money to keep it going, and then they'll collapse with less than a year. Mark my words. So what we have here is that we don't need leadership in our army from another source, do we? No, we don't, Frank. The Kurds have their own region. The Kurds have their own budget. The Kurds have their own forces. The Kurds have their own constitution. The Kurds have their own laws. And they refuse to appoint any official in the region who is Arab or Turkmen or Assyrian unless he is a resident of that region. Well, that makes sense. At the same time, they demand high ranking positions in the Iraqi federal government, good positions like that, to be taken by KDP and PUK members who openly call for separation and the division of Iraq. Is this right or wrong? The truth is, you have no right to have any position in the government of Iraq. Is this right or wrong? The truth is, get your ass out of my country, Iranians. To which then I start to respond to all the reports that I just gave you. Good morning, gentlemen. Let me start out by saying you put a big smile on my face. I'm actually laughing with your comments about how did they know? How is it possible that our government is already formed without us voting on it? Laughing out loud, laughing. How do they know? Who is going to be filling in your positions as your governments? Gentlemen, I told you that when we landed, that we were there for two reasons. Number one, to stop the terrorism from Iran next to you and inside of your country, your government, the CBI, and to remove those that are stopping your exchange rate. And number two, to help the CBI release the new exchange rate. And number two, to help the CBI release your new exchange rate so we can get paid. May I suggest, as I have been telling you, we are in control of your monetary reform and in control of the formation of your government. At first, it was difficult for you to believe me. Today's the first day where you have actually admitted to me that you understand that to be true. We are in control of your government. And that's when my dear brother Eddie was going crazy about Malachi. He started going crazy about 2 weeks ago. And what I do, I just sat back and I stayed quiet. I held his hand. I prayed for him, and I kept telling him, "Wait until the smoke clears." Remember that? I kept telling him, "Wait until the smoke clears, Eddie. I know something you don't know." Uh, he just uh, he just didn't understand what Trump was doing because what Trump was doing. But Iraq seems to understand Trump a little better now since we've arrived in your country. For that matter, even Iran has folded to the point where it is possible that their evil grip on your country is about to end. We are your kryptonite. We are your kryptonite against the evil Iranian influences. We are your Superman. Alrighty, Frank. Well, here is exactly what we suspected all along, as far as the Kurds and the president and the denial and Maliki. But yes, the smoke has cleared indeed. Things are looking better. Then I respond, concerning your second report, gentlemen, we all know that the United States is heavily involved in Iraq. Therefore, we will heavily protect Iraq in many different ways. But when Iraq does not obey what we are trying to do in order to advance our relationship, that in order to advance our relationship that Iraq and now Iran want so badly, they want so badly to talk to Trump, then these people are politely removed. And you have seen the evidence of that in the in a pack of wolves. When one wolf falls out of line, the alpha wolf will bring down the rebellious wolf, but he won't kill him. It's just tough love. And that's what we are doing. The United States of America is applying tough love to Iraq and Iran for their own good. So, as much as they may protest and pretend, oh no, this is an internal thing for us to select our own government, let them talk until they're blue in the face. Let them talk until they're blue in the face, because you know very well who's putting your government together. You know very well that Sudani had to stand, or Maliki had to stand down, and look, he's gone. Let them talk until they are blue in the face, because the alpha male is not going to release its demands until they are met. The alpha male is Trump. He's doing this for the good of Iraq. As far as your report about the Kurd representation, that's a little touchy. I'll just let them settle it out. And the position of chief staff of your army belongs to Iraqis, because blood is thicker than water. Malik is like a rock in your shoe. He causes pain all the time. You don't need, you got him out of your government, you got him out of the CBI, your banks. You don't need them in your military. Frank, we believe we're going to find more files about the modernization of the Iraqi dinar. We don't have an official word yet from the central bank confirming that the modernized dinar has been activated or launched or re-rated. Re-rated. Modernizing the Iraqi dinar means to give it a modernized rate. It is not of antiquities any longer. No official word yet from the Central Bank of Iraq confirming the modernized dinar, unquote. that has not been activated nor launched yet, nor has it been re-rated. Nothing from the CBI, Frank. Nothing from the Minister of Finance or Parliamentary. None of them have indicated a new exchange rate or out public rollout yet. Now, let me break this down. What is real and what is circulating online? What is real and what is circulating online? What's been confirmed, concerning this subject. Number one, banking sector modernization is ongoing. They have told us, they have proven it to us. The CBI has publicly detailed. I'm not sure. I know. I can say this. The CBI has publicly detailed its monetary reform program, including compliance, upgrades, digital systems, and international standards. This comes directly from the Baghdad Business News, which reported that the CBI governor outlining structural monetary reforms and international compliance works. This is found in Iraq Business News. Number two, Iraq is pushing for the digital payment and modern infrastructure. That's good, the modern dinar, and now we would give you the modern infrastructure. That's well put. This includes electronic payment expansions. Number two, SWIFT connectivity. Number three, Visa MasterCard integration. And number four, AML and KYC upgrades. These are real steps, Mr. Frank. This is a reality that is coming to a reality, but they do not equal a new exchange rate yet because it is not officially given to us. Now, what is not confirmed? What is not confirmed? Number one, no official announcement of a modernized dinar launched. There is no CBI statement saying so. We know that because they have told us. We know because of our files. And we know that they have not filled in this vehicle, this verbiage, this wording. They have defined it, but it has not been presented. There is no CBI statement saying, number one, a new dinar is activated. Number two, a rate has changed. Number three, a currency has gone international. And number four, the zero project is complete. Those are the four things that we as a team are looking for evidence. Number two, non confirmation of new banknotes or redenomination. That's the other thing that we have our teams focused on. People in right positions looking for this. All these gentlemen at these banks, their eyes are glued for us to the right locations. Some sites and videos claim a new note. I know. You see, they're concerned for you, family. They're concerned that this is going to get out of hand. This wording. I told them, I said, they don't even know what we're talking about. No, they're going to take this digital, this mechanism digital, and say that it's to release the new rate. I said, I'll bet you anything. They won't even know the words exist. They won't talk about it. All they talk about is the same thing all the time. Zimbabwe. Oh yeah, okay. What? 800 numbers. Yeah, okay. Some sites and videos claim that there are new notes. Some are saying that this is a historic reform, but these are not official statements from the CBI channels that we follow. One example, Mr. Frank, is a speculative article about removing zeros. It's not an official CBI release, but it's all over. Number three, videos are claiming, quote, a massive currency overhaul, unquote. Yes, but there is nothing official. A video posted February the 13th, today, 26, claims Iraq is making history with new banknotes and a new exchange framework. But this is commentary, not a government announcement. This is all I have on that, Mr. Frank. But we're watching. So they give me all the good stuff, and then they also tell me, look, be aware. Well, be aware of these lies. Be aware of these sites. Make sure that it doesn't get exaggerated on your show. And I tell them, no worries, because I share exactly as you tell me, and no worries because the other people on the internet that teach this investment that we're involved in, they're so far behind. Bravo, Omar. Excellent report. Now, even though we cannot see the honey, it, it still does not stop us from hearing the bees, huh, gentlemen? All this information, all this talk, all this scuttlebutt, all these rumors are not for naught. They are for a specific reason. They are out in the streets of Iraq because this is exactly what's happening with our monetary reform. So when they finally explained the modernized dinar today, I was excited. They're telling you what it means. It, this is a breakthrough. It will be a blessing of information to the citizens of Iraq because 1300 is antiquity. It is not modernized. The selection of the words, the usage of the specific verbiage is well calculated. It's well calculated to bring the message across to the Iraqi citizens and, for that matter, to the contractors right now. Thank you kindly for keeping your eyes open constantly for me and your KTFA family. No, seriously, gentlemen, and all you guys at the bank above the executive level, thank you for your relationship with us. Number 10. What do you want me to do? Stay? Family. Um, this is about the time that I say, okay, I'm going to stop and go to another YouTube because I like to bring you bank stories. I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm not going to bring you a bank story. I got two of them. They're small bank stories. Sincerely, help me, please. Do you want a bank? These two small bank stories. But tell me what they say, Tink. So you do want a bank story. They're small, as long as you're okay with it. Then that's what we'll do. Let me stop, but I'm actually not done here. This is where I'm stopping right here. Why does a coordination No, what the heck is that? Did this thing throw up on me and I didn't even realize it? I thought it was a picture of Trump. Oh, there it is. Not Trump. It's Malachi. Alrighty. Let's stop. Okay? And you know how I do it. We're going to come right back in 30 seconds with another UB Tubi. Because I just gave you some very powerful information. I'd like for you to absorb it, think about it, study it, trace it, look it up, find your own teams, find a way to verify what I told you. So, so God bless you all. And I'm gonna say goodbye right now, and then I'm gonna come right back, and we'll do a little bit more. When I come back, it's all about Trump, and then we'll also do the bank stories. I separate the bank stories from now on. Thank you kindly for being with me. If you're done with me, but if you want to continue to study, I'll see you in just a minute. Bye bye.